Hello friends, followers, channel members, happy Friday. It's the end of the week, and after what I consider to be a tough week of approaches, I thought we'd have a nice leisurely trip down over the Atlantic and head to Gran Canaria. Now, I don't think I have been to Gran Canaria before in Sim. I think this could be a first time on the channel. Might not be, someone would have to go and search the channel and look back, but I honestly can't remember going there in the past. We may have done. It's certainly not the first time we've been down to the Canaries. I've definitely done Fuerteventura, certainly done that. Not sure if I've done Tenerife South, but I honestly can't remember doing Gran Canaria, so this will be quite nice if it is the first time. So always good, and it's a nice 2-hour flight, so we've got the next few hours together. So stay on board with us, and we'll see your weekend in, and have hopefully a nice, relaxing, chilled out flight down to Gran Canaria, where it is a lot warmer than it is here in the UK. I thought, let's go and spend the weekend in the sun. Why not? So hope you're all well, everybody. Welcome to our Twitch viewers, and of course our YouTube viewers. The operational flight plan is pinned in the chat as per usual, so you can check that out for yourself if you wish. As you're getting on board, please do hit that like button, and we'll see if we can introduce other people to the channel as well for the first time. Love to find first time viewers, so it'd be great if we can get some of those and take those down to Gran Canaria with us as well. Look at this, the sun's just coming out. What I didn't plan this, obviously lifetime live weather, but just look, we've got the radar just up to our top right, just out of your picture. Look how it's casting the shadow on the aircraft. How amazing is that? That is just one of those little things Microsoft Flight Simulator does that I've never seen before, not quite in so much detail, and I think, wow, it's really is next level stuff. So good morning, Wally. Hey Mark, good to see you as well. Anthony, DC, good. JD, hello. Ace Airstream, hi guys. Hope you're well. And Andy Peter says this is the second time in your stream. Oh well, hopefully Peter, that means you enjoyed the first time. Let's hope you enjoyed the second just as much. Right, well, let's get on board then, shall we? Flight Source says it's going to be following the flight whilst remote working. You see, that's the thing. If I can get a nice long daytime stream in, I'm hopeful it'll help work go a little bit quicker for those of you that are working. We're going to get on board. Air traffic control is also up and online here, so we can be nice and realistic. Now, unfortunately, I was a little late starting. Look at this. I don't think I'm going to be pushing back in 12 minutes, but because we are late, and it's a long flight, I'm going to get that APU sorted. We're going to try and get out of here as soon as possible. It's Lisbon. We've done Lisbon a lot of times, so briefing wise we should be okay and pretty short. We've also got great weather as well, so I've already looked through the operational flight plan a little bit there. You can just see it on the screen. We've got 30.2 tons of payload to get down there. Charlie Lima Music, thank you so much for the follow. Fuerteventura is the alternate. Ignore the cruise flight level. We're actually going to be cruising at well, let's have a quick look. We've got a nice tailwind as well to help us on our way. Plug fuel 7 ton, and we've got what we initially climbed, what we're finally climbing to. Is it flight level 36? We're going to 350. That's our final cruising altitude. Yeah, so I don't know why SimBrief does that, it just does it occasionally. But then just look at the weather in the Canaries. It's yeah, so ceiling 3,000 feet, that's nothing, that's fine. No crosswind, just a perfect headwind, really no excuses for any poor landings today. But we've just got great weather, so even all the alternates good, our destination's good, no real reason to be throwing on loads of extra fuel. Maybe just a little bit for the normal APU burn. APU bleeds on, we'll get the packs are on it as well, so we can start boarding pretty much straight away. I'm going to get GSX sorted for that, so let's request the boarding. We'll get the crew on board, and we'll start boarding the passengers. Weather brief, just checking that nothing daft's going to happen a little bit later on. What is the date? The 20th. So wind 030 at 20. Yeah, so again, good. It's a good strong wind, you know, 20 knots, but it's straight down the nose of the runway. So again, no reason why we're not going to be able to get in today. Hey Yardi, good to see you. So everything here just screams at me, easy flight. No weather concerns at all, and if we have a look down here, we've got the tail end of a jet stream coming in, so that's why we've got that tailwind. What have we got here? We've got a little bit of turbulence between 18,000 and 44,000 feet. Well, we're not going to be that high, so might be a little bit bumpy as we get in, but that's not going to cause us too much of a concern. Yeah, so what fuel we're going to go with? Probably not that much extra than plug, to be honest. It would be hard to justify. I reckon 7.4. 7.4 should be good. We'll get the crew on board then. Yeah, we'll take 7.4 tons. So just 400 kilograms extra. And we'll tell the ground crew pretty much that they will they can get started. Got the METAR here. We've got ATIS. We'll listen to that in a moment. Yeah, we'll listen to it. Andrea says, just finished his shift refueling aircraft at work. Ready now for the stream. Hi from Italy. Ah, great. That must be an interesting job. It really must. There is a lot of responsibility on the guys that do that. We all know about issues and disasters that have happened in the past, don't we? So, yeah, shout out to you. Captain Shaquille says hello from the American Airlines break room in Charlotte. Hey, Captain Shaquille, how are you doing? Not too busy today, I hope. All working well for you. Let me get the ATIS, then we can actually start setting things up, can't we? Just so you know, aircraft is in its turnaround state, so we've got the nav logo lights on, acupressure's up in the green, the flaps are retracted, speed brakes disarmed, and the parking brake is set. Right, what frequency is the ATIS? 12415. Let's give that a listen. I've got a cup of tea waiting for me as well, which is cooling down nicely.
Approach, runway in use 02. Transition level 50 after landing, vacate via Hotel 4. Wind 340 degrees 12 knots, variable between 310 and 010 degrees, visibility 10 kilometers. Cloud. Few at 1,400 feet. Broken at 1,800 feet. Temperature 16. 2.13 QNH 1023. Comply with speed limitations. Acknowledge LPPT information hotel.
Right, that's all we need off there. So yeah, let's go through everything up. So QNH is 1023. Aircraft just landed here, so last pilot's got the QNH set in. 1023. Switcher panels fine. Thrust levers. Check the tech log. Nothing's broken on the aircraft apart from the weather radar. Constraints, get those turned on. Initial climb is going to be 6,000 feet, flight level 60. And yeah, that's it. I think we're about ready now to start getting the passengers on, and we can also start setting up the box. Crew's boarded. Come on then. On the passengers come. Time to hurry up.
Happy with how things are up here, so now open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
Okay, we've got 3 navs, correct databases in there. We'll do our ACARS request. Icarus, hi from Finland. How you doing? I bet it's cold up there, but it's very cold and snowy. Thank you for the well wishes. Hope you stick with us. Right, our flight number today is Alpine. What is it? 7361. Cost index of 4. Ground temperature is 16 degrees. That's alright, isn't it? What's the tropo? Tropo is 39,948. Grab the winds. Just clear the scratch pad. That's fine. IRS in it. We can check this here. 38.459 north. 38.459 north. And 983 west. 983 west. Yeah. Good. That's all working as it should be. Cool. So, GPS, they're all working as well, both of those. Right, onto the flight plans. So, we're departing runway 02 on the Ligra 6 November. not sure I've ever done this departure actually. Normally when departing Lisbon we're flying off off north somewhere. Coming in the other end then it's 03 left, and I think we're on the Zulu approach. I'm going to talk about this in cruise because we're not going to do the full procedure. Zulu 03 left, and that is the Samar 5 Charlie.
Morning.
There's a lot of approaches here. Samar 5 Charlie. There we go. Let's check what views we've got available. Nata or Leto. Right, I'm going to pop in Lalto. And I'll just check what this looks like on the map. So there's our departure. We've got 805 miles to run, 773 miles shown there. So just see what this looks like. Yeah, to be honest, I think we can probably get rid of that initial approach fix, to be honest. So we just go in there, check that, and go Novia, insert, and I think that's bottom. Yeah, look at the distance there. That's now much closer. So there's a full procedure here, which is straight out over and back in, and we could do it. It depends if ATC is online and on what we can do. But yeah, that would be quite interesting to fly. Right, that's all done. Radnav page. We'll get the Lisbon VOR hard coded in. So apologies if I am just ignoring the chat. Just once we get set up, we'll have loads of time to go through things and chat on when we're in the cruise and on our way. Have we got our preliminary load sheet? Indeed we do. So 57.3. Oh, these click spots. 57 point. Come on. 3. And our CFG is 31.4. Alternate fuel is, call that 1.1. So 100 kilograms over the estimate, but that's fine. Right, fuel planning, we're going to be taking 7.4 tons with us, and the aircraft suggests 7.9. Right, okay. Might need some more fuel, but that's fine. Right, well, if the aircraft's telling us 7.9, I'm gonna go a little bit over then. I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna go 8.3. But then what I need to do is check. So our takeoff weight then is estimated to be 65.5. Our landing weight is 60. That's fine. That's okay. So we're taking 8.3 tons of fuel, and we've got, as I've just said, that takeoff weight 65.4, which is same as our maximum landing weight actually. And our estimated CFG is 29.6. Okay, let's do our calculations then. So nice and dry here in Lisbon. Runway 02, flaps 1, no need to force toga, anti-has to be off, packs to be off, takeoff weight 65.4, CFG is 29.6. Crap live weather. Now it's a nice short taxi out for us today. This is one of the benefits of the Easyjet stands at Lisbon. Unless they're using the opposite runway, of course. But yeah, we're down here. We're stand 207, I think. Are we at stand 207? 208. So yeah, stand 208. So We'll do a performance calculation from November 2 if that's possible. And then we can either do full length or November 2 will be valid either way. Right, 152, 152, 154. Transition altitude 4,000, flaps 1, a flex of 68. Yes, a nice long runway here, so high V speeds and a high flex. And confirming the speeds 152, 152, 154, clean 205. Right, thrust reduction acceleration values. I'll just double check those in a moment, but GSX has closed my doors again. Don't do that, I'm not ready for that yet. Let's get Sim Smart up. So 1395, 1395. So noise abatement 2, departure. Let's just edit that slightly. Engine out to acceleration the same, 1395. That's done. Okay, secondary flight plan. Let's copy the active, and what we got? There's no terrain too much to the north, is there? So yes, standard engine out procedure, and then right hand turn to ADSAT. Okay, so pop that in. So base that off of Lima Papa Tango runway 02, and what's the track? 025. Pop that 15 miles out, store that, and now we can use it. So engine out, standard instrument departure, pop that in there, and then it was a right hand turn to ADSAT. Check that's correct. Yeah, there we are. Enter the hold ADSAT. And the inbound course is 344 right turns. And then, with the nice long runway, we'll come back here. Lima Papa Tango. We've also got great weather here as well, so... oh, what have I just pressed? Let me see if I can get a better view. Let's try that again. Secondary flight plan. Ah, that'll be why. Lima Papa Tango. Arriving ILS 02. No star. No VIA. Let's pop that in there. Yes, there we go. If something goes bang after we've departed, we're straight out, right hand turn, enter the hold, and then we've got the approach already programmed to come back in, so the work's done for us. Beautiful. Let's check with ATC then. So tower is online. Oh, ground's online as well. 12175. Let's give them a shout. Lisbon ground, good afternoon, Alpine 7361, stand 208, requesting our clearance file type A320, and we have information hotel.
Alpine 736 Lisbon ground, muito boa tarde, information India, QNH 1023, break, clear to Gran Canaria, Ligra 6 November departures, clock 1070.
Cleared by the Ligra 6 November departure and squawk 1070, and we'll check information India with the QNH 1023.
Alpine 7361, is that correct?
Lovely, so let's set this 1070 for the squawk. Hey Barney Ox, how do I get around the issue with self-loading cargo? So don't allow self-loading cargo to control the doors. You control them manually, and then it's it doesn't try to interfere with them. Right, good. That's set up. I think everyone's on board. 4 minutes to push. I said we were going to be late. I don't think we're doing too bad, to be honest. We've still got the brief to do. But let's have a look at doing that now. So, briefing then. Weather is... Oh, hang on. Just before I forget that, I need to actually load the aircraft with what we want. So, we're taking 8.3 tons of fuel. There we are. GSX has loaded it visually, but we obviously need to add the actual weights to the aircraft. So there we are, done. All right, let's do the brief then. So weather for the departure, as you can see on screen, we've got 340 at 11 knots. So we're going to have a little crosswind coming in from the left. It's also variable as well. Visibility is fine. Fuel clouds 1,400, broken 1,800. It's now just dropped. Temperature is, well, it's showing there 15. What we got here? We've got 16 degrees still showing, so that's fine. QNH 1023. Weather en route is fine as well. Nothing on the charts to report. Perhaps a little bit of turbulence as we're in the final descent towards the airport, but that's not to be unexpected. And then for the arrival, again, we've got great weather, good visibility, and a nice strong headwind down the runway to help us slow down and land. So that's quite neat. Aircraft is Type A320, fully serviceable, nothing broken with the exception of the weather radar. No times for our departure. Threats to be aware of at this airport. We've got a nice short taxi, so just bear that in mind. We've got lots to do in a short amount of time. The departure itself, terrain-wise, nothing too much to report. As we depart, that initial sector is 4,000 feet, and then once we make that turn, we're back safe again. 3,000 feet to the south of the airfield. So yeah, nice airport, Lisbon. Like it. Not too much to concern ourselves with. Chat about where we're going, what we're doing. We are stand 208, so we're going to push back, presumably facing west on Zulu 2. We'll probably then get the taxi on Zulu 2, either November 2 or Mike 5. Got the performance valid for November 2, so either of those is fine. Noise abatement 2 for the departure, straight out, and our initial turn shall be to the right. Should just point it out as well, because it's such a short taxi, we'll obviously not be doing a single engine taxi. So the first turn is out to the right. Initial climb is flight level 60, so we've got that set, and just confirm that. Yeah, it's in already. And then transition level is 5,000 feet. No speed constraints or anything like that, so I can just take off, accelerate, clean up on schedule. Emergency brief then, keep this short and sweet. So standard Airbus A320 emergency brief. Engine out procedure is standard 1,900 feet. It's a right hand turn to ADSAT. We'll enter the hold there. We can get safe at 3,000 feet because we'll be at MSA then, so that'll be the plan, and then we'll, depending on what's happened, make our way back in. Right. I think it's time to do the check. Start doing the checklist. Get the doors closed. Push back and go. Hey Zara, 24 to 11. Hello. How are you doing? Hello. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Right, refueling is complete. Let's get the pumps off. External power can go as well. And seatbelts.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
That's great, thank you.
Wonderful. Quick check of the SD pages then, make sure they're all okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft as you settle in for what we hope is going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look to be posing much of a problem, so we should have a nice smooth ride for you throughout the duration of the flight. And as the cabin crew continue making their last preparations, if you could please assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and making yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushing back. If you could please give the cabin crew your full attention as they go through the safety briefing, we'd very much appreciate it. So on behalf of myself and the First Officer, we'd like to say thank you for choosing Easyjet today, and we look forward to giving you a safe flight.
Right, let me just get the parking stand chart up. So, there we are, down here. Yardy, hey, yes, well, I think we have got the Simwings scenery installed. At least I hope I remember to keep that in the community folder.
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Right, so the cockpit preparation checklist, aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 8,280 kilograms. Balanced seatbelt signs are on. It is. We've got the 3 navs, and the barrow is QNH 1023 set and cross-checked. Right, let's get the ground crew into position then, shall we? Courtesy of GSX. And then we'll get back on the ground frequency, 12175. And tower is also up, 118.1.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for push-up.
Lisbon ground Alpine 7361 stand 208 is ready for push and start.
Alpine 7361, push and start approved facing west.
Push and start approved facing west, Alpine 7361.
Departure checks completed. Bypass being inserted.
So the before start checklist, parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, the windows and doors are closed, EFB and phone is on silent, doors are closed and armed, and beacon light is on. Just check that flow. So the beacon light, acupressure is in the green, and transponder.
Locking gear.
12 minutes late. That's not bad actually. Not bad at all. Final load sheets come through. Double check that. So, oh, fill that out, shall we? So takeoff weight 65.3. Yeah, that's below. That's fine. And the CFG is 30. We planned for 29.6. That's within 2%. So. Takeoff performance calculations are valid.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engine is clear. Start at wheel.
Okay, nose wheel steering is disconnected, so we're happy to start. Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine number 1. So the radar that was casting that shadow at the start of the stream is just up on the top here. I don't know if... I'll have a look. Can the first officer see it out of his window? Oh yeah, there it is. Just disconnect the EFBs. There we are.
Chapter 438 Tango ready for push and start.
Airport Roller 438 Tango, push and start approved facing south.
I'll now ask for your attention.
Push and start approved facing south, Chapter 438 Tango.
Showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest...
Speedbird 4, Papa Lima radio check.
In an emergency, leave all...
Parking brake set.
Last station, I repeat, too well.
Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened
Starting
when the
engine
seatbelt
2.
signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust.
I do love
Do
the
not
scenery at this
inflate it
airport.
inside the
I
aircraft.
think it's very good.
When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened.
So
We
just
wish
keeping
you
an eye on
a
engine
pleasant
number
flight
2's
from
parameters.
Easyjet.
Wait till that's happy. There we go, engine 2 available. So, engine mode selector to normal, APU bleed off, anti-ice not required. It's lovely and warm here. Arm the spoilers, rudder 0, flaps trim. And the after start checklist. So anti-ice is off, econ status is checked, pitch trim is 30% dead on, and rudder is neutral. Right, short taxi, so I'll do the flight control checks while we're sat here stationary. So full left, full right, and neutral, full up, full down, and neutral rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. I will get back into the chat, guys, I promise, but let's just get out of here, and then we've got a nice long flight to sit and chat. Ground Alpine 7361, ready for taxi.
Alpine 7361, please hold my Charlie.
Are we not squawking mode Charlie? Okay. And confirm Alpine 7361, squawking mode Charlie for you.
Alpine 7361, taxi via Zulu 3 and Mike to Mike holding point runway 02.
Zulu 3, then holding point Mike for runway 02, Alpine 7361.
And Alpine 66, stand 206, ready, push and start.
Alpine 626, number 1 for push, standby.
Alright, let's go.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
So quick check for quick PEDS check. No change to our performance calculations. Dry runway, and we're now doing full length as opposed to the intersection, so that's fine.
Alpine 626, push and start approved, facing left.
Push not approved, face
QNH
west.
still the same.
Alpine
1023
66.
flex departure. Engine out procedure is standard 1900 feet. Left turn to the outside hold. And
Alpine 736 contact tower 1.1 bye-bye.
over to town now. Thanks for the service, Alpine 7361.
Tango, ready for taxi.
Departure is Ligra 6 November, so straight out, then a right hand turn, noise abatement 2.
1243
No speed restrictions.
Cosmo Charlie.
And our initial climb is 6,000. I'll do a quick brake check. There we are. Can anyone hear my first officer going absolutely nuts?
Stopwatch Tango, scope is set, ready for taxi.
Door won't even be for me. It'll be for the boy asking if he's going out to go and play. Hey Tom, when you shut down the APU, it's part of the after start flows. Let's get on the tower frequency. So taxi checklist flight controls are checked. Flap setting config 1, FMAs, climb nav blue 152, 6000 blue, and a flex of 68. Radar predicts for wind shear is on. Ecam memo, takeoff no blue, EFB stowed and disconnected. Tower Alpine 7361 with you, holding runway 02.
Alpine 7361, visual tower, hello, after departure, monitor Unicom 1 to decimal, let's break wind 340 degrees, 11 knots, between 310 and 020 degrees, 102, clear for takeoff, bye-bye.
Clear for takeoff, runway 02, and then over to Unicom. Thanks for the service, Alpine 7361.
Lisbon Tower, good evening, Resort 640, for you, information India, establish LS02.
Resort 640, visual tower, hello, continue approach runway 02, wind check 340 degrees, 11 knots, between 310 and 020 degrees, QNH 1023.
1023, copy the wind, let's continue approach 640.
Right, we've got an aircraft on final, so let's not hang around. Line up checklist, cabin is secured. Takeoff runway is full length, runway 02 is confirmed. TCAS, TA, RA, and PAX 1, 2 both off. Hey Baron, so using self-loading cargo for the cabin announcements? Go on then, I'll do a rolling takeoff so we're on our way. So, takeoff, start the chrono, 50% M1. Engines are stable, set takeoff thrust. Manflex, SRS runway, engine number 1's critical. Checked. Gorgeous long runway here in Lisbon. Feel that variable wind. V1. Rotate.
On a lead point, runway 02, ready for takeoff.
Aircraft 438 Tango, visual tower,
It's a bit windy that actually. And nav.
Resort 640, wind 340 degrees, 11 knots, between 310 and 020 degrees, 102, cut off.
Actually, it's quite windy up here. Well, it certainly feels it.
Around 0 340 degrees, 11 knots, Resort 640.
Okay, load the nose, thrust climb. Climb. That's enough of that. Autopilot 1 engaged.
Aircraft 438 Tango behind the traffic on final via November 2, line up and wait, runway 02 behind.
And over to Unicom. Get the other pack on. Now we're just passing S-speed, so can clean up. Spoilers retracted. What's the view like? Very nice. Mick King says you've heard from controllers that the with you annoys them. I don't really understand why. What else are you going to say? Hi, I'm here. Control me, please. I suppose they know that you're with them because they, well, I guess they can hear you. Right, setting standard pressure 60 blue, and we're going to give ourselves the higher climb. So let's set something sensible. Let's go flight level 200, so 200 blue. Going through the cloud, but we're not within the icing temperature range, so don't need the anti-ice. And we're on our way. Great way to start the weekend. Hey, Halfagello, you missed what? You missed the takeoff. Don't worry, got a long time to the Got a long time till the landing. Right, spoilers, flaps, gear, lights. Look at the contrail. That's awesome. The latest update has made them last a much longer in the sky, or certainly seem to, which is nice. Right. Lights can come off. Oh, not those. Can tell it's Friday. Right, sting the cabin crew. They can start prepping the drinks and food service on this flight. DC is celebrating 14 months of channel membership. DC's, thank you so much for your support. That is a great deal of time for your membership, so really do appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This
Oh,
includes
nerd double F.
e-cigarettes.
I mean, it's Friday, don't spoil it, mate. Right, we're at 10,000 feet, lights are off, so we get the airport on the EFIS, check the progress page, flight 350, that's not going to be an issue today, so we'll get straight up there. So 350 blue, onto the perf page, cost index now 0, and secondary flight plan, copy the active, clear out the radnar page as well. Done with that. Awesome. Everything is rather smooth sailing, so I think we get the seatbelt signs off as well. Bye bye, Lisbon. You've been great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has now been turned off. You are now free to move around the cabin and the toilets are now available. However, when in your seat, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Top pilot on Twitch is also off to Gran Canaria from Marrakesh. And Baron, you're going to be flying to the Canary Islands in March from Gatwick. Yeah, it really starts to heat up then, doesn't it, for like March, April time at the I was going to say the Caribbean then, the Canaries. Wonder how cloudy it'll be en route, or whether we're just going to see clear blue skies and seas beneath us. The replay please, yes indeed, that is self-loading cargo that you can hear, and the Barney-Ox, with self-loading cargo can you use non-jetway stands? Oh yes, of course, yeah. Baron says you just got back from Toulouse and it was freezing. So now we can settle ourselves down, ready for a nice, hopefully, uneventful flight.
Lisbon traffic, United 2069 descending via the GSX 8 kilo arrival, 11 miles from Oslo for ILS 02.
The Barney says it will try what I've said about keeping the doors. Yeah, so you can. Hang on, can I show this on the screen? I might be able to. So yeah, in the settings page, where is it? It's on one of these. Is it in the features page? Yeah, there, features. Automatically open doors when started. Yeah, just turn that off. You can control that yourself then. Raccoon, when you push back with GSX, the nose will start spinning and heats to over 500. Right, okay, I can tell you exactly how to deal with that. So, what you can do... What on earth's going on here? The way to deal with that is if you go into the McDo menu, go to Maintenance, then go to failures, you'll see brake temperatures or brakes hot. I forget what the exact word is, but it says it just here. You can clear it. Press the clear button, then select it, and it will it'll reset it for you, so you're fine then. That's it now, straight out over the Atlantic. Might not see much land on this flight, but that's okay. We'll sit and stare out the window. Zorro DK, hey mate, just got his sole endorsement for the S2 in Copenhagen. Oh wow, check out in 3 weeks.
Losing traffic.
Fantastic.
2069 over Oslo. For the Xanax 8 kilo arrival downwind from runway 02.
Christian says hi to Chris. Tomorrow we'll be on board a real Easyjet flight, run of the mill, Barcelona to London Gatwick. I think we've done that flight on stream. You can search every flight that we've done, because if you go on YouTube and just type in the search box at the top, you know, Easyjet Sim Pilot, and then an airport.
Radio check.
Then you'll be able to see if it's there.
Thank you.
Bannon, which is better, the Fenix A320 or the fly-by-wire? You're waiting for Microsoft Flight Sim to install on the newly built PC after being an Xbox player. Got fed up with a Zobo A320. Yeah, I can understand that. What I would do then is I would work my way up. Start with the fly-by-wire, and then when you're completely happy with that, then get yourself the next level, which is, of course, the Phoenix. Hey Colonel Dave, do I use Volanta? No, I don't. The only reason I don't is not because I don't think it's a great piece of software or it's useful or anything like that. It's just because I try to keep the amount of programs that I am running to a minimum. You know, streaming and that single PC, it takes its toll on a PC, so the less things I've got running in the background, the better, yeah. Max, question about failures in real life. How often does a failure occur? Let's say anything that would trigger a caution warning. Once in how many flights? That's almost impossible to try and give an answer to, I think, Max. I mean, I've read stories about pilots going their entire career and never having anything major happen. I remember, I know one pilot had 3 sort of engines fail on departure. I mean, how unlucky is that? And we're talking commercial, you know. I think it was on, I think that guy was an A330 pilot, and he had 3 engines blow out on him after V1. So, I mean, that's quite unlucky. At least he was well trained for it. Isma says it would happen very often. Oh, sorry, if it would happen very often, flying wouldn't be safe. That is true. Of course, if Eastbirds was in charge, there'd be a failure on every flight. Max, you're more curious about the minor issues, pumps and things like that. Yeah, even those, they're not that common. And the things with the minor ones, of course, if something breaks, chances are it's, you know, there's another 2 or 3 systems perhaps on there. MG King, do you need oceanic clearance when flying Gran Canaria or Madeira? There are sort of specific things and that in the real world you have to do. I don't think it's done quite so intently on VATSIM and things. A lot of it's just legal stuff. Hey Richard, good to see you. Says hi Gavin, everyone, happy Friday. And a bit of Canaries action. Has a day off today, just flown Orlando to Manchester in the A310. Oh, I bet that was awesome. I wish I got the time to do something like that. I need my family to go away on holiday. That sounds awful, that, doesn't it? To do stuff like that though. That's the only way I get a chance. Right, so who's the guy here? Where's this guy going? Straight in front of us. We can see him. He's 20 miles ahead, 7,500 feet above us. Spacing there should be fine. Baron, did I ever have any stick off Easyjet for using their branding? And I mean, no. All I'm doing is giving them free advertising. What would be their problem? Flash says no Oceanic to the Canaries. Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry, in terms of VHF radio. Yeah, you're okay because you can get VHF coverage, but I think it's more the flight planning thing is a little bit different. So no, you don't have to speak on HF radio, which is always a bonus. You don't need, your aircraft doesn't need to be cell-cal equipped. Hey Miguel, so my specs, full specs are available to see on the About page if you want to check those out. Right, we've been flying for what, 15 minutes? We're going to be at the top of the climb, not very far at all, so that's got us up to cruise nice and quickly. Hey Andy, yeah, so the plane 20 miles ahead that I can see is also a person at home on the virtual network flying in his flight sim on the PC. Yeah, that is exactly right, so that is a real guy. And we're all linked together on the virtual air traffic control network that is VATSIM. In fact, we've got a couple. We've got one over here. I've got one over here. So since they've added contrails into the simulator, it's really made the immersion much greater. So we can sit, we can airplane spot. Can I zoom out on here, but just seeing if I can see that other guy on TCAS. I can't see him. Hey Chris Morgans, good morning to you. He's got those up on the screen at the side of him as he works away. Brilliant. Hey Zora DK, you're also on Twitch as well. Thanks mate, how you doing? Be great to come and do a fly-in for you when you're doing your checkout on VATSIM. We'll have to see what day it falls. Flash, yeah, on VATSIM you do have to, they do simulate Gander and Shanwick. They're never online that often though. So Andy, you live only a mile and a half from Chicago O'Hare, up in Illinois, and he says he goes there every day and watches the planes take off and land. The great thing about somewhere like that, Andy, is you will see every airline, every kind of aircraft because of the kind of place it is. So yeah, that would be awesome. The equivalent for us, of course, here in the UK would be London Heathrow for the variety of airlines and aircraft. So once we get to the top of climb, we'll do our top of climb checks. Our equitime point there is about 200 and, what would we say that is, 250 miles? Something like that. I'm just looking. So the alternates and the en route weathers that we'll get, we'll have a look at Faro. Marrakesh as well, maybe. Madeira, of course, over here. And Lanzarote, Fuerteventura. Baron says his favourite UK airport is Gatwick. The size, shops, facilities, car park, everything about it is great. And you've done all the other ones like London City, Stansted and Heathrow. Obviously, Manchester is my closest, so I know that one very well. Right, here we are, coming up on top of climb. Eastbird, you love the FSLTL contrails. They get better all the time. They do appear to. I mean, I'd love to know. I would love to know if these contrails are just sort of done to a set length, or if it's dependent upon atmospheric conditions. Because obviously sometimes you get long ones, you get short ones. Right, we're on top of cruise, so alt cruise, set TCAS to below, and just flick through the SD pages, make sure everything is working and above board.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know that we've reached our cruising altitude for today and we are not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our Easyjet SIM pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly.
Right, well, looks like everything is working and fine. We'll do a fuel check when we get to Bexal, and let's just send off some weather requests. So we're 20 minutes away, obviously, from Lisbon. So I know the weather's fine there. We're probably a little bit closer, maybe a little bit closer to Porto. Sorry, Faro, which is LPFR. So we'll just see what that's doing. Send that off. I don't imagine there to be any bad weather there. Have a look at Madeira as well, which is Lima Papa Mike Alpha. Marrakesh, that Golf Mike X-ray. Send that off. See what's happening there. Martin says, hi Gav, did a 2 hours yesterday in a full A320 cockpit sim on Prepar 3D, but there were so many things that weren't functional for the Phoenix. Microsoft Flight Sim and the Phoenix are open. It would be amazing if the Phoenix was able to lend itself to a full simulator, but it's yeah, it's not allowed at the minute for some licensing issue. Hey Spicy on Twitch, so we're using Streamlabs today. Chimman says, not sure if I've heard about leading edge aviation in Oxford. I do know about leading edge aviation in Oxford. I'll tell you how I know about it, because they've obviously got a fantastic advertising part of their company, because whenever I'm scrolling through Facebook, they are the adverts that I see quite a lot. So but I've no idea how they are or anything like that. Eastbird, yeah, the casino is indeed open. Hey, DRD Flyer says he finished the last of the Phoenix tutorials last. I keep meaning to finish it off properly. I've not done the shutdown one yet, but yeah. Did you fly the full flight as well, DRD? Did you go? Oh, where was it? I want to say Gatwick to Prague, maybe. So, if that is the case, hopefully it worked for you. Hey, Losaka on Twitch, thank you for the follow. Hey, Ace Airstream, so you've just finished Amsterdam to Bergen and the flyby wires made such progress, and it's a pleasure to fly. HD streamed in that this morning, didn't he, for those of you who follow him? And it says you don't know where to start. You would start from scratch, but have never been more passionate. Andy, flight simming is do you know what? There will be times, if you want to get into it, there will be times when you bang your head against a brick wall because something doesn't work. But then once everything's set up correctly and it works, it's beautiful. And you know, it's not that difficult to set up now. It can seem very, very daunting at the start, but I promise you it's not that hard. JZ UK, thank you for following, and Jaden H315, thank you for the follow as well, my friend. So, any suggestions to the best top 3 free or purchasable airports in the UK, not including Gatwick, of course? Manchester's got to be right up there. I think Manchester's great. And then after that, the Peerage airports: Glasgow, Edinburgh, Belfast. Belfast is amazing. In fact, all 3 of those are amazing. Belfast, Edinburgh, and Glasgow. Really, really good. Great airports. Can highly recommend them. Bristol as well is pretty decent. Otis A5, thank you for the follow. Loz on Twitch, any chance to be hired by Easyjet during the following year? In my opinion, I have absolutely no idea. I think they're recruiting pilots again, but it's just so expensive, isn't it? That's what I want to see. When you look down there and you see just a blue ocean, that is no white caps or anything, you know you've got smooth and calm winds down below. Perfect.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Okay, so the cabin service is now open. You can get yourself your hot chocolates, your alcoholic beverages, those kind of things. Use your Easyjet points to purchase those. For more information, just check the video description for that. And I think if you type in, do you know what, I've forgotten the command. I think it might be menu. Let me just try and see if that works. It might not be. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, so for full menu you can visit that and you can redeem the easy points that you've earned and make your flight a little bit more comfortable. Right, so Bexel, how far are we away? About 40 miles or so. Richard Harrison, you've got a great deal of points. That'll buy you a few bacon sandwiches, won't it? Got my cup of tea. I need a cup of tea. Richard will get you a few beers as well, I know. Oh, so me and the wife were talking earlier. Yeah, we've not had a takeaway for a while. I think tonight could be the night. But you know, we like to justify it. So we'll probably order quite big on the food this evening. But then it will also form tea for tomorrow. So that's 2 nights we don't have to cook for. Kids can sort themselves out. But yeah, Friday night takeaway. Hey, is EasyJet British or Spanish Airlines? So actually there are 3 parts to EasyJet. So there is EasyJet UK, which is obviously British. There's then EasyJet Europe, and then there's also EasyJet Swiss. So the parent company is EasyJet, but it all depends on where the airlines are registered. There are three branches to it. Hey Top Gun, so you're thinking about biting the bullet and buying the Fenix A320. What do I have to say? Okay, well, I'm not paid by Phoenix, but I'll say to you the same as I always do when somebody asks me this question. If you enjoy the fly-by-wire A320, you would love the Fenix A320. And you know, Top Gun, I know you've been on the channel long enough and seen the streams and things. So you know what it can do. You're not going to be surprised by it or anything like that. You know exactly what it can do and what to expect from it. Personally, I think it's amazing. Richard, Defo Fish and Chip Friday. Yeah, I think we'd rather have a takeaway. The reason for that is because all the fish and chips shops around us, I don't know if this is just us, but all the fish and chip shops around us, they close early, you know, like 7 o'clock. And if we're having a takeaway and a nice meal, we kind of want to slouch out in front of the TV, watch TV uninterrupted. That is, basically, we want the kids in bed before we get that. So yeah, we like being selfish when we're having a when we're having a takeaway. Right, let's just check the weather data that we've got. So Faroes wide open. Where else did we look? Madeira 02011. That's quite nice as well. That's good good weather and good winds for Madeira. And Marrakesh, light winds and cav okay. And EasyJet Ops whinging because we were 13 minutes late. Oh dear. Right, how do we tell them to go away? Top Gun says you do love the fly-by-wire aircraft. Well, there you go, Top Gun. If you love the fly-by-wire aircraft, then yeah, just bite the bullet, and I don't think you'd be disappointed. Richard says it's expensive too. Oh, are you talking about fish and chips? Oh yeah, it is. They really have shot the prices up. Well, I mean, everything has, hasn't it? Right, what we're going to go with, ATC startup en route slot delay. That's not a bad one, actually. ATZ, go on then. ATZ for 13 minutes. There we go, send that off. Okay, let's do a fuel check now at Bexel. So, got loads of time to do this slowly and explain how I do that. Right, so let me just quickly note down what fuel we've got. So we've got, well, let's call that 6.3 tons. Yeah, so we've got 6.3 tons. So what fuel would we expect to see at Bexel? Alright, so the plug fuel was 7 tons. And we took 8.3, didn't we? So that's 1.3 tons extra. So we add 1.3 to our contingency, which is 0.2, so that equals 1.5, so 1.5 tons. So I would expect to see 1.5 tons extra than what's listed here, which is 4.6. So we want 1.5 tons extra, which would be what, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 1. That's not right, Have I just had a brain moment? How much extra fuel did we take? Yeah, we took 1.3 tons extra. 1.5 tons extra overall. Oh, in that case, we've got loads of extra fuel. .1, yeah, my brain's shutting down for the weekend. Yeah, so 6.1, we've actually got 6.3. Oh, a bit less now because we've passed it, but basically, fuel is fine. Fuel's fine, alternates are fine, a company message from Ops has come through. What's that say? Make it up on the return leg, probably. That's just been received. Didn't say they were happy with it. Sun should still be out, I think, when we get there, shouldn't it? Don't think it'll be dark. Hey Zorro, sorry, is there any good Luton scenery out there? I think UK 2000 have done it. I haven't got any UK 2000 scenery, so I can't say what it's like. Black FC, how do you step climb in the A320? Normally I don't plan anything like that. It's just following ATC instructions and using open climb, open descent. I mean, that's quite useful to see why the prog page is here. So it'll give you what you've planned, what your optimum is, and what your maximum is. As long as you're within about 1,000 feet of your maximum, then you're good. So, for instance, now I wouldn't want to go up to 185. I mean, technically, we could get up to 37. We could get up to 370. Would it be worth it though? That's the next question. So where are we? Just past Bexel, heading for Samar. So we're planning what? We're at 3.5, where the winds are 02024. So actually, if we went up higher, then the tailwind would be a little bit less. So we're better off staying where we are. Simply planned it to perfection today, didn't it? So what's everybody's plans for the weekend? Anybody got anything good lined up? Anything fun? Anything different? See who in the chat's got the most fun weekend planned. I think we might actually have a free weekend, which scares me a little bit because that means jobs and tasks and chores are inbound. Andy says you're staying home and reading. Sounds like a nice way to spend a chilled out weekend. Lots of cups of tea, feet up. Mark says it's a great time to practice IFR at the moment. Is that Montreal? Snowstorm. Leon says hopefully he's going to be completing his 3D printed tiller design this weekend. But not up to much. That sounds interesting. That almost sounds like you're building a huge cockpit there, Leon. And Zorro is going to work, studying assignments, and then controlling in Copenhagen. Yeah, why wouldn't you? And Chris Morgan tomorrow, he says he's got a free pass tomorrow. Wife's going to see a friend for lunch, so maybe some flight simming, catch up on some of the concepts that were shown in the streams. Oh, I don't think my wife watches this channel, but I think it's fair to say, how many of you guys, I've been very sexist here, I'm presuming that you're all guys. Let me know if there's any ladies watching the stream. We don't get too many in. But how many of you guys who are married or with partners, sort of, if your other half comes up to you and says, oh, I'm going out for a day with a friend, I'm going to be out all day, do you mind? And you kind of say, oh no, of course not, no, you go, have fun. And in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, yes, a day to do whatever I want. Feet up, TV, that film or that series I've been wanting to watch for ages. Yeah. I think we're all guilty of that at some point. Hey, yes sir, thank you for subscribing. Top Gun, where can you find the Phoenix profile for use in SimBrief? It's on the Phoenix Discord server. It might even be on the Phoenix website as well. Oh, Chris, your other half sounds like a diamond. Says she totally supports the flight simming, sometimes watches, and she's going to record the voiceover clips for self-loading cargo fear. Oh, Chris, get her to send something for us. We'll get it on the channel. We'll make her famous. Can you imagine? That'd be brilliant. That is awesome. Albapino says, hello from France. Hey, mate. Cheese and wine as usual. That is excellent. MG King, but don't tell her. Get her to record them, then we'll put them live on YouTube, but don't tell her. Mark says he thinks that his other half thinks he's crazy for flying pretend planes around. Nah. Thomas says, my wife loves to fall asleep to the sound of the cabin. It's that sound, isn't it? Yeah. Just lulls you in. Zoro DK, where can you find my EasyJet livery? So my EasyJet livery is a little bit different, of course, because it's the EasyJet SimPilot livery. This was done for me by Dark Fury, channel member and mod Dark Fury, who, if you watch the channel, I'm sure you'll know. And this livery is available to the EasyJet SimPilot channel members. So you can grab that on the Discord server in the members lounges. So Mark One says he got divorced 32 years ago, so he can spend as much time doing this or playing golf as he likes. Well, Mark, I'm sorry to hear that, but it sounds like you're quite happy with how your life's going. So, well, fair play to you. Black FC, press the spacebar when in the drone cam. Yeah, that obviously just resets the level of it, doesn't it? And if you press number 5, it'll just get you back reset straight behind anyway. So, a couple of ways of doing that. Look at my pilots. They're not even in uniform. They're just sat chilling. Sat chilling at 35,000 feet. Leon says he thinks everyone who isn't into flight simming thinks that those that are just crazy. Eastbird says his missus listens to the streams with him, and when HD is streaming she's like, I thought this stuff was family friendly. Oh god, no, HD streams are not family friendly. One day I'm pretty certain some of his words are going to come out in a live PA. Top Gun says his wife bought him a 49-inch monitor for Christmas for his flight simming, of course. And you bring her American tea, coffee every morning in bed. That sounds like a fair mutual agreement. Manfred, how do I move around that external camera like I did? So, the default key binding on your keyboard, if you press the insert key, that takes you into the drone camera, and then you move left and right with the keypad, So 2, 4, 6 and 8, and so that's the camera panning, and then you physically move the camera with the good old-fashioned gaming letters of Alpha, Whiskey, Delta, A, W, D, and R and F for up and down. So yeah, you've got left, you've got right, which is Alpha and Delta, then Whiskey is forward, Sierra is back. Yeah, that's how that works. Christian HC was pretty polite today, was he? Perhaps he was flying Lufthansa. Adam, are you the only one here under 18? I don't know, Adam. I'd have to ask and see if anybody else is under there. I mean, technically, we can go and chill in the cabin. We can do that. One of the things I like about the Phoenix, just go and chill. Check out my Easyjet interior. I love how the sound changes. Can you hear that? Stood there in the middle, you can hear the rumble and the hum. I don't know if you can go behind this curtain. Oh, it's very quiet here at the back. Oh, I like that seat. Let me sit down here. Yeah. This is the one, the quiet seat. There we are. We'll just sit there for a bit. Mark says it's too quiet at the back. I think it's great. 7, thank you for the follow. Oh, do you know, I can hear bouncing and creaking upstairs, and our bedroom is directly above me, and the house is empty. There's nobody in except my first officer. I think that means that the dog has realised he has got the house to himself. He's not going to be interrupted. The door's been left open, and there's a big comfy bed going begging. Ugh, that's frustrating. Hey Mark, does the sound change if you go to the outside? Yes, it does, yes. Andrew says the smells can be overwhelming at the back, though. Do you mean from the lavatory or the food? Right, should we get back in the flight deck? I mean, it's very irresponsible piloting this, isn't it? Might have to go and get a snack. We've still got so much junk and chocolate left over from Christmas. We're trying to work his way through it. Doing our best to get diabetes. There we go. Right. Oh, stood up, stretched my legs. Let's get back in. Mythbuster! For the VATSIM model matching, do you need to download all of the deliveries of FlightSim one by one? That is one way to do it, but definitely not the best way. The best way is if you Google fly-by-wire A320 and download what's called the fly-by-wire installer. Via the fly-by-wire installer, you can download something called FSLTL. FSLTL contains all deliveries you'll ever need. Nice, straightforward, automatic, easy installation. You can download that. It also comes with a model matching file as well by default, and it's done in a couple of minutes, all automatically. So it's brilliant. Zorro, is GSX working now? You're really considering it? I mean, it always worked in terms of the pushback, and loads of people have created profiles for it now for all the airports around the world. So I would say definitely, thanks to, once again, to the huge modding community, they've made it, you know, really, really good. Mark says this dog is a lap dog, a little toy Yorkie, so you try not to use the pedals too much. She slides off when he taxis. El Soli, do you need to uninstall and delete previous model matching? Well, it depends, I guess. What was it model matching to? If you don't... For me now, all I'm using is FSLTL. I have no liveries installed. I have absolutely zero liveries for flying aircraft installed in my community folder, just the FSLTL traffic base. And I use that and nothing else, so I think you can get rid of everything else. It would also, because like if you had AIG, yeah, so if you had AIG, delete all those, saves bucket loads of space on your hard drive, and FSLTL is just so simplistic. It's another level compared to AIG. Ace Airstream, it's Friday, it's 5 to 5, it's Crackerjack. Bravo 632, hey Bravo, how you doing? So he's trying to join as a as a channel member, but the Google account was causing an issue. But for sort of, oh, Bravo 632, thank you so much for wanting to support us. I do appreciate that. So we've been airborne for about 49 minutes. Right, we're about an hour away. What's the box say? Hey, time traveler, thanks for the follow. Oh look, 6 o'clock. Plan to land with 4 tons of fuel on board, so it's fine. Mysterious Zombie. What a mysterious name. How you doing? Zoro, do I have a video on how to use the pre-departure clearance in the Phoenix? No, I don't, but it is very similar to the fly-by-wire. So you can check out that video and it's essentially the same. So Mythbuster says that's awesome about the liveries. And how's the community regarding new pilots? You know how to fly an A320 and you've been watching the tutorials but still scared to make or say the wrong thing. Mythbuster, we have all been there. I remember my first time I connected to the network. I connected to the network, checked everything was working, and I was amazed that I could see other people, other planes. These were real people and I could hear them. I could hear the ATC. So I sat on the ground at Manchester and I must have sat and just watched for about an hour while doing some other stuff. Sat and watched for about an hour, and eventually I plucked up the courage to hit the push to talk button, and I just asked for a radio check. But I got a wave of sweat, you know that feeling that you get when suddenly you become really nervous to do something. And all I was doing was asking for a radio check, and I look back now and think, oh, what were you worried about? But we've all been there. We've all done that and made that first call. Xperia, when can we expect the weather radar? Sadly, you'll need to speak to a Zomo for that. Hey, Christopher says Mythbuster and him had their first flight on VATSIM the other week. They were really good with new people, very understanding. Yeah, and you can put in the comments of your flight plan that you are a new pilot. So, they're not going to yell at you. My main sort of advice would be, number one, know how to fly the plane that you're flying. As in, everything about how the plane you're flying, because the last thing you want is when ATC come and give you something unexpected. The great thing about IFR flying and airliner flying is you should pretty much know and be able to predict what air traffic control is going to tell you to do. But suddenly if they tell you to do something off-piste by, I don't know, fly direct this waypoint and be level, flight level 270 by this waypoint, you need to know how to do that. And then the other thing I'd say is make sure you've got a pen and paper to hand so you can just scribble stuff down. That's the difference between real world and VATSIM, of course. Real world, there's two pilots. One's concentrating on carrying out the instructions, the other one is concentrating on the communications and the readback. You have to do both. And Top Pilot on Twitch says he doesn't use voice, he uses text. I take my hat off to anybody who can do that. I could not fly and use text. No way. And Mark says, go for it. Did his first VATSIM flight last week. Was a total mess. Oh, Mark. It was a total mess, but the controls are brilliant. And now he's done another two. It feels like an old hand. That's the other thing I say, is when you're doing your first flight, go to an airport you know well. The procedures that you know well. Mr. Zombie, how do you go about using text? So you can just you just type in here what your message is. But yeah, I couldn't do it. I can't be typing a message out and flying at the same time. I'm a guy, I can't multitask like that. Christopher, yeah, a pen and paper is very important because it helps with the readback, indeed. Pleiades 4400. So the fly-by-wire versus the Phoenix, yeah, I can only say the same thing that I've said for a while now, is if you like the fly-by-wire, you will love the Phoenix. Jetway Mike, thank you for the follow. Top Pilot on Twitch says his airport is Gatwick, but he doesn't fly on VATSIM when he's at Gatwick. So Gatwick, I love Gatwick. Gatwick is usually always staffed by VATSIM. Even at the most obscure times of day, Gatwick seems to be staffed. So if you want some guaranteed ATC, Gatwick is a good choice. So I'm doing what I did yesterday or the day before when we flew. I'm just watching the sun. In that, I think it should be daytime when we get there. Ladies, thank you so much. Glad you enjoyed the channel. If you fancy helping give the channel a little boost, then please do hit that like button. Helps other people to find the channel and supports us, so thank you so much for everyone who's gone and done that already. Christian says he finds the text messages on Unicom rather annoying. You can't expect people to always be switching VPilot and back. Yeah, that's true. And secondary, if the text chat is big. I mean, you can turn it on so it appears on screen, can't you? So you don't need it turned on VATSIM. But the problem with that is, and I don't know why Zobo do this, so the tooltips and things like that, instead of just been tucked away down in a corner somewhere down here, it's whopping huge straight in the middle of the screen, like when they have the problems with the connectivity and you get a big you have been disconnected message. Pop it down here, out the way. I'm on finals and someone blubs in with a text message. I don't want to see that, so I've got mine turned off. Right, I should probably start looking at some approach stuff. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go and get a chocolate bar. I'm going to go and get a chocolate bar. And then I'm going to come back, eat it, and start looking at the approach. We're about an hour away, I reckon. Weather looks nice and calm anyway, doesn't it? No massive rolls of cloud or anything daft like that. Don't think we're close enough to see any land masses that are near us. Probably because there's no land masses near us, but we'll just have a quick look at our flight route. So yeah, so the nearest landmass now is over in Morocco, but I think even if I zoom in, we're struggling to see. Not quite sure if there is a bit of something there, but nah. Christopher Humber says he flies the fly-by-wire aircraft all the time and thinks it's amazing for freeware. Absolutely it is, yeah. They've really done an awesome job and update it frequently. That is again true. I mean, fly-by-wire just saved, for me anyway, saved Microsoft Flight Simulator. Leon says he doesn't like the Fenix though. He hates how it doesn't integrate with even a little bit of his home cockpit, like altitude readout and the logic of the helmet panels. You're not the first person to say that, and again, I think it's something to do with the licensing issue from ProSim. If they ever get over that, then suddenly the Fenix will have a new lease of life, won't it? Leah, I am so sorry. Yeah, it's how used to I am. Just thinking that everybody in the chat is male. You're going to have to keep reminding me though, because I will forget. Mysterious Zombie, which folder do you install FSLTL in? It's done automatically. You don't need to worry about anything like that. It goes straight into your community folder automatically. Right, we're about 230 miles away from our top of descent. Let's have a look at that in time. About half an hour. Half an hour from top of descent, that's plenty of time to get some food. Right guys, I'm going to be back in 2-3 minutes or so. Stick with us. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us, and hope you're enjoying our decent length Friday afternoon stream and a flight down to the Canaries. Thank you so much. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. most unhealthy snacks known to man. So I've just come in, and or rather just gone out. I spoke to you earlier, I said we're going to, wife and I will probably grab a takeaway tonight. Don't know how he's managed to do it, but our lad has just conned his mother into getting him some fish and chips. So he is indeed having a Friday night supper. Hey Luke on Twitch, good to see you. Capture Kill says he'd like the Phoenix with the other engines and the Sharkless. I believe it's coming. I believe it is coming. Chris, is it a pot noodle? No. I like pot noodles. Is that bad? I only like the oh, what's the green one? Is it chicken and mushroom? With a healthy dollop of soy sauce. Christian, do you not like fish and chips? Really? Is that a German thing? I think fish and chips are our national dish here, aren't they, in the UK? Right, so the plan will be with no air traffic control on board. Let's just have a look. So Samar, I think, is the start of the approach. Just let's grab the charts up. Where's our arrival? Yeah, so we come in via Samar, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to vector ourselves in and do what you see. You can see a lot of the these flights do this on if you check out Flight Radar 24. So almost from Madaz we come out around here and then just vector ourselves in this way rather than flying, you know, bypassing the airfield here and then sort of headed towards Lima Papa Charlie and doing the full procedure, which is just here, a little teardrop shape, and back in. Although that routing I think actually would be quicker. I can't find any flight though that actually does that. Although as a route it would be quite nice to fly. Be very scenic, far more scenic than that. Should we stick with the plan that we've got in there? It'd just look nice, wouldn't it? Christian, you're not that much of a potato guy. Do you not like crisps then, either? Hey, Mysterious. So sorry for all the questions. No problem at all. Long flights like this is now the perfect time to ask them. So if you're using Navigraph for the flight plans, in the Expo it has flight factor A320. Is that for the Phoenix? No. So you create your flight plans for the Phoenix. You can either do it the old-fashioned way, you know, use Navigraph, work it all out and then program it yourself, or you can use SimBrief and then they're automatically imported from SimBrief online, so that's nice. Myth says his flyby while yeah, so the FSLTL is 56 gig. Is that right? Is it 56 gig? Is it as much as that? Christopher, yes, chips. Here in the UK they're called crisps. Elliot, do you usually use the auto throttle to the flare? Yeah, but so I will not touch my thrust levers now until I'm about 30 feet from touchdown. Dan Vosa, I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're having a good day as well. Zorro says on Twitch, coming from a Dane, and it's not the actual national Danish dish. That's a chicken tikka masala. Ooh, could we have Indian tonight instead of Chinese? Maybe. So Mysterious Zombie, the FSLTL injector I don't use. You don't need to use that if you're on VATSIM, because you don't want to inject traffic into your simulator. That's going to be done via vPilot and VATSIM. You just want the base package. Right, get some information with these, then we can start doing the brief. So flight level 140, and then what's that platform altitude? LPC at 5,000 feet. That's fine. Is that coded in? Will be now. What speed will it have us doing? 250 knots? No. Let's give it a chance. That'll be fine once we've got our aircraft slowed down. Right, I need to finish this little... I've got myself a Twix. I need to finish my Twix, and then we'll concentrate on the brief. So, chat amongst yourselves for a moment. You don't want to listen to me chewing away. Oh, right. Well, that was nice. So, let's get the latest weather. We'll start stuffing stuff into the box then. Setting it up. So I'll do weather request. Golf Lima. Papa. Chris asks, has anyone successfully managed to get a loop deck to work with Microsoft Flight Simulator to control the radio and navs, etc.? I think it only works, there is a profile, but it only works for default aircraft, so it doesn't work with Phoenix. So we've got wind 02019, that's nice. So nice strong headwind, few clouds, 2,500 feet, visibility is 9 kilometers, QNH is 1021. Lovely. Let's pop that all into the perf page, shall we, while we've got it up. So 1021. Wind 02019. How warm is it? 20 degrees. That's warmer than I expected it to be, actually. So 20 degrees, that's nice. It's decent length runway as well, I think, isn't it? So I'm guessing flaps 3 is going to be on the horizon. Yeah, 3,100 meters. Flaps 3. Why am I typing that in? And it's definitely Cat 1 conditions, so runway visual range is well above 650 meters, 370 are the minimums. As that page is filled out. Progress page, we'll pop this in. Couldn't remember the SAO code for a minute there. I don't think I have ever been to this airport, you know. Don't think we have ever done it on stream. Kev Mick on Twitch. No, I'm not. Not going to be doing the old. I can't advertise Twix on stream, can I? Don Frank, do you need to be worried about anything with regards to the fact the Class 1 medical? Anything you need to prepare for? Not really. I guess you can either pass it or you can't. That's the thing with them, isn't it? Perf page is done. Oh, why are we cost index 0? I mean, it's not going to make much difference getting up to 4, but fuel 4.1 tons when we get there, that's fine. Right, and copy the active, it's all done. Dr. Magic, good evening, sir. Right, I think that's the box all set up. Get rid of that now, I think. The sun is definitely still going to be with us when we touch down. Right, so we're about 80 miles from top of descent, which is the perfect time for the brief. Let's crack on with it. So, starting with the weather as always. Weather coming in says a slight forecast potentially to be a little bit bumpy as we are on the descent, but it's nothing too alarming. Arrival, we've got a great headwind, 19 knots straight on the nose, so not too much flare needed today. We should just be able to ease back on that stick, and it'll the wind will do the rest for us. We've got clouds at 2,500 feet, and a nice warm temperature to greet us when we get off as well. 20 degrees. QNH is 1021. That's already set on the standby for us. Aircraft is still fully serviceable. Nothing's broken. And quick check on the NOTAMs. Don't think there's going to be anything for us. Just see. Gran Canaria, so that's unmanned aircraft. Yeah, you should probably read all these, but nothing there is going to be affecting us in the sim. No. How many unmanned aircraft fly at Gran Canaria? Like, what on earth are they all? It's ridiculous. Right. Yeah, no NOTAMs. Okay. Threats to be aware of. So as we're going to be coming in, we're going to do the full procedure. Just be aware that as we're getting down, we've got terrain then to what will be to the right hand side of the aircraft as we're coming down, so to the west of us. So yeah, that'll be quite interesting to see that as we're coming in, flying full procedure. We'll get to the Gran Canaria VOR, LPC, and we just want to make sure that we should be VMC with that, to be honest, but that's going to be our biggest threat. Getting down, obviously don't want to get too close to this. MSA is 8,500 feet, so just be very, very careful with that. And then when we're actually on the ILS, we're still in a sector where MSA is 4,700 feet, so quite high MSA for the approach. So there we go. That's the threat spoken of. The other big threat, of course, is I don't ever recall being here, so I'm unfamiliar with this airport. Let's have a look at what the runway has to offer. 03 left, so it's 45 meters wide. Doesn't say it's got any PAPI lights either. So no PAPIs. Fair enough. Normal 3 degrees in, so that's all right. Oh, we do have PAPIs to show there. PAPIs both sides. Excellent. So happy with that. So expecting normal ILS approach, runway 03 left, and Zulu approach from the Smart 5 Charlie. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. Platform altitude is coming in 3,000 feet. The idea will be 5,000 feet at the Gran Canaria VOR, and at that point will be I want to configure be at S speed. Then we'll start getting configured. Flaps 1 as we go around, flaps 2 then as we come back down 3,000 feet and intercept the localizer and glide slow. It'll make for about what, 5, 6, 7, 8, about an 8 mile final, 8-9 mile final, something like that, which is plenty of time. And then vacating, we'll look to vacate at, I think Sierra 2 might be pushing it, but Sierra 2 or Sierra 3, we use auto brake low, nice long runway. Vacating left, then once we've vacated, it's, well, if it's Sierra 2, we can go straight ahead, park in front of the terminal. If it's Sierra 3, we'll just carry straight on, then make a left turn, park somewhere in front of the terminal. So that's all good and fine. Single engine taxi, nah, not really, not going to have time to do that. And the go around if we need to do it. So climb out on a runway track to 540 feet, then a right turn, max speed of 210 knots, which will be fine. Must be a config 3 by that point. Sorry, config 2, because we're going to be landing config 3. Turn right, but not before 8 miles at LPC, 119, and intercept the LPC 59 radial, climbing 2,500 feet then as directed. That sounds complicated. It's easy to see on the graphic, but it will also be there in the box. Yeah. So good, that's fine, that's done. Let's just put the nav aids in. I've not done that yet. So Lima Papa Charlie. Get that in. The NDB, which is that on the approach? Yeah, Victor Romeo. Check that, 365. 365. So we've got Gran Canaria and Gran Canaria South. So that's Golf Delta Victor. Get those both in. Check that frequency as well. Was it 1129? 1129. Done. Christopher, what indicates config 304? So config 3 is preferred by airlines and residents because it's less noisy. Saves fuel as well, so. But you need a decent length runway to do it. What you should do is you could do a landing calculation checklist to check that flaps 3 is going to be fine. So we can do that as well if you want. But this should be fine because it's a nice long runway. So we're landing 03. Oh, 03 left. It is dry. Get that METAR in there. We'll apply that. It's bouncy now, isn't it? Low auto brake, not flaps through, but flaps 3. Landing weights, we'll work that out in a sec. Just couldn't remember if I'd turned that on or not. But we have set flaps 3 in here, haven't we? Yes, config 3. So 0 fuel weight. Let's just check this out. So we're looking to land with 4.2 tons of fuel on board. We've not thrown any passengers overboard during the flight today, so our 0 fuel weight should be the same. 57.3 plus 4.2 tons of fuel is around 61.5 tons. So we'll just be conservative with that. Go 61. Go 61.7. Yeah, auto brake low. That's fine. Cool. No problems. Top Gun, have I been able to get the RNAV system working in fly-by-wire? No, final approach mode doesn't work in the fly-by-wire aircraft, I'm afraid. What chart do I need for this? It's the 10-2 Alpha. Let's pop this on. If I can actually select it. Aircraft's bouncing around good now, isn't it? 10-2 Alpha. That's the one. That's the departure charts. Don't want that. I want the ground charts though. And finally, the approach chart, which is 11-1. There we go. What's that chart? I've got that chart available. Okay, we're not doing that. There we are. Right, top of descent isn't far away either. So, about 20 miles away. We'll be in the Canaries for the weekend. Hey Cool Joe, so how did you load the go-around waypoints into the McDo when you plug it into McDo? It doesn't have the go-around waypoints. It's done automatically in the Fenix aircraft. Fenix A320 has got them automatically all programmed in. So Top Gun, going back to flying RNAV approaches in the Fenix fly-by-wire, you have to use track FPA mode, which is There's a tutorial on the YouTube channel about how you go ahead and do that. Cool Joe, no, fly-by-wire doesn't have the go-around waypoints in. Sky's Limit, Tom, how you doing, my friend? Watching on the telly, chatting on his phone. Way more enjoyable on the big screen. Much more realistic, I'm guessing, as well. How you doing, Tom? Anyway, still enjoying your... are you still on a nice layover somewhere, looking at the beach? Warmer than wherever you were than it was over here. You were in Africa somewhere, weren't you? Right, I'm going to start heading down. So, get down flight level 140.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing.
Descent 120 blue.
If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear, the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Oh, so Tom is now back in sunny Surrey. That's a bit of a change to Africa temperatures. And you were shoved in middle economy? Never. Now, just looking at the ocean down below, we can start to see some ripples in that. More proof that the weather is a bit windier down there. I mean, it's not bad now. We're a tailwind of 23. That's hardly any wind at all for this altitude. So we should be on the ground in less than half an hour, I'm reckoning. Fresno Gaming, hi. I don't know what our pace is. I don't look at it unless it really starts to struggle. It's around 45, I think, at the minute. Hey, Simon, behind us in the A319. Not too close behind us, I hope. Sorry, the A319. How are you finding the A319? Is that the Latin VFR A319? And does it have... Does it have fly-by-wire compatibility mod? Dioxygen, thank you for following. Oh, now my lad's got fish and chips. I can just smell them. I didn't want fish and chips. I wanted Chinese, but now I don't know what to do. Sounds very nice. Unicorn Music, what a great name. Thank you for the follow. Okay, profile looks good. Straight on it. Just look at those speeds again. So, Lima Pop Charlie 220. Might want to be slower than that. Yeah, let's just reduce that to 200. That way I'm able to get flaps 2 out if I need it. Oh, Simon, sorry, you're not on Microsoft Flight Sim. You're on the Takeoff A320. Oh, great aircraft on X-Plane 12. Excellent. Right, Mark says got to go get his fish and chips now with scraps or batter bits or crackling. They're not crackling. Crackling is what you get when you have pork. I'm very, very passionate about my crackling. Have a good night, Mark. Have a great weekend. Interestingly enough, we forecast, didn't we? We briefed, we said there could be some turbulence, a little bumpy and a little bit of light chop as we come in. And look what we've got. Amazing. Mark, Southerners call it crackling. Well, they're all wrong then. You see now, Alan Dewsnap, now you're talking. Pork scratchings. I really am a pig. Because I will quite happily think nothing of going and you can get on Amazon and eBay a kilogram box of pork scratchings. And if left to my own desire, I could quite happily sit and munch through the entire thing in one sitting. Probably doesn't do my health any good, but they're just so nice. Yeah, watch the salt, Alan, that's it. Luckily, I've got good I've got good blood pressure. Blood pressure's great at the moment. I'm still young enough to be able to eat that rubbish. So, quick look, we can see 60 miles, TCAS nothing on 60, nothing on the radar for 60 miles. That's fine. Tom, no charts to hand, what kind of approach are we doing? It's a boring one, it's an easy one. Opting for the full procedure though, because it's going to take us right over. I don't think they ever do this in real life. ATC vector them off, but we're going to do full procedure. So we're going to come in to Gran Canaria South just here, and then just make the loop, the teardrop approach, round and back in. So just got to think about configuration and getting down. But other than that, it should be straightforward. Just starting to lose the profile a bit though, so let's wind that up while we've still got some altitude to hand. So Simon says you didn't have the airports needed for Microsoft Flight Simulator. X-Plane 12 is very good as far as main default airports are concerned. Do you remember when Microsoft Flight Simulator came out? We all thought the same with Microsoft Flight Simulator default airports. Compared to what we'd seen previously in previous incarnations of Microsoft Flight Simulator, we're like, these default airports are amazing. We'll never need a payware add-on airport. They're that good. Well, that lasted a couple of days. Hey, Christopher says the wind's going crazy. Yeah, it was expected to be turbulent coming down, and it is. And you know what I'm really loving at this view right now? I am loving the fact that you can just see that cloud layer that we spoke of, and the island just starting to appear out of it. Let's get the terrain radar on. Just wind that speed up a tad more. So we're going to get down to 5,000 feet local pressure. Transition altitude 6,000. So set local pressure 1021. QNH set, cross checked, and 5,000 blue. Okay. Thrust idle, open descent. Just gonna see if we can sneak under that profile a little bit. Alright, so we've now got traffic on TCAS. Although it looks like he may have just departed because he's coming towards us. That's okay. So this arrival, I believe, is actually... this arrival is designed to steer away from departing aircraft. In fact, there's even a note somewhere. Overflying the Golf Delta Victory... the Golf Delta Victor is mandatory in order to assure the standard separation between aircraft. So yeah, that's why we're doing that. Alright, approach checklist. So Barrow RF, QNH is 1021. Seatbelt signs, yeah, 11,000 feet. Let's quickly go and get those on. Minimums 370 set. We're using also brake low for the landing, and our EFB is stowed. There it is. Tenerife traffic, Alpine 7361 inbound on the Samar 5 Charlie arrival. Currently 5 miles from the Golf Delta Victor, which is to the northwest of the airfield. Currently about 12 miles to the northwest of the airfield to fly the full procedure. ILS runway 03 left. Right, India Lima Papa is identified. Just rolling the speed back now. We're nicely below the profile. So a bit of a cloud layer here. We're about to just drop below MSA, which is 8,500. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I've never been here before, so definitely looking forward to this. So we want to be 5,000 feet ideally at the Gran Canaria South VOR. Might just need a little bit of help, to be honest. So, bit of speed brake, just keep that profile coming down. Warwick Learning says, hi, nice to see we're taking the scenic procedure in. We are, and I did say that. We could sort of vector ourselves out to sea and background, but I thought, nah, let's do the full procedure, which is a bit more scenic. Temperature's fine, we don't need anti-ice on as we go through this cloud layer. Airport's down there somewhere. Oh, low battery. Quickly plug that back in. There it is. Even if I have been to this airport before, I've most certainly never flown this approach before. Hey Sean Duff, good evening. Good timing. Right, so let's push for managed speed. Now we've just leveled off 5,000 feet. God, look at all the wind farms. I guess wind power is a given in a place like this, isn't it? Why wouldn't you have hundreds and hundreds of windmills generating the power for the island when you get wind all year round? Right, so platform altitude then is 3,000 feet. Just overfly the VOR at 5,000 and then start heading down. There's some great views though. I've got the replay queued up, so we'll check that out when we've done as well. Right, so we're now flying outbound. Gran Canaria traffic Alpine 7361, currently outbound now from Gran Canaria South, VOR. For the full procedure, ILS runway 03 left. Okay, so green dot, and now thrust idle, open descent, 3,000 blue. I wonder if they ever use this procedure when you've got aircraft actually inbound. I mean, if anyone was inbound on the ILS where we are now, they would be and they were fully established. You can see our glide slope is now just coming up to meters, so you would hope not.
Gran Canaria traffic.
Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. I thought we'd be making the teardrop this way around. Okay, do you know what? I am going to manually move this. I'm almost certain, even looking at the chart, that that's what it should have done. Right, well, we're nicely below the glide slope now anyway, so speed also, we're just leveling off 3,000 feet. 13 miles out. We'll just fly for a couple of miles this direction, turn around, get established. Yeah, just looking at the way this was, I would have expected that kind of a routing. Anyway, never mind. Okay, let's bring ourselves back around. And 15 miles, plenty of time to get configured. Hey Baron, so I'm using the Thrustmaster TCA pack for our for the controls. You can see how windy it is. Look how choppy the waves are.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing.
The auto thrust really having to work because of those winds as well. Baron, I really like it, so yeah, I don't see any reason why you'd be disappointed with it, to be honest. Let's just keep that turn going. And we'll on the approach as well, so glide slope star, lock blue, Cath3 dual, autopilot 1, 2, lock star, there we go. The wind will help to slow us down. Let's get the lights on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray
Just tidy
tables
up
must be
that flight,
stowed,
man.
armrest down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your...
Gran Canaria traffic, easy Alpine 626, descending 5,000 feet, direct to the Lima Papa Charlie VOR for a procedural turn for runway 03 left, following the Alpine 7361.
And Gran Canaria traffic, Alpine 7361 now, fully established runway 03 left, 15 miles. That is one heck of a wave of windmills, isn't it? Look at that.
Cabin crew, seats coming.
So that wind's probably going to get a little bit stronger as well as we get lower down. Scotty, when you pull the thrust levers back to idle, it automatically disconnect the auto thrust. Yeah. Right, flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. Glide slope's now coming into meters. Simon, thank you for subscribing. Maxi as well. So for a moment then I looked up and I was struggling to see the runway. It's just there, look. Right, glide slope, star, missed approach altitude's 2,500 feet. Set. Flaps 2. Speed's checked. Flaps 2. Just listen to the engines winding up and down, up and down. It is bumpy. There's enough windmills here to power my graphics card. Radar altimeter's alive. 2 very close runways here, so just have that picture in mind. Alright. Manage speed. Six miles. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Flaps 3. Speed checked. Flaps 3. Lights. And the landing checklist. Cabin is secured, go around, altitude is 370 feet, ECAP memo, landing no blue. Gran Canaria traffic Alpine 7361, established runway 03 left on a 4-mile final. The gusts seem to have dropped off a little bit now, but you can see the aircraft's just almost waving, pivoting a little bit on its axis. Dr. Magic, I think you mean how many failures does Eastbirds have now?
$1,000.
Right, 1,000 feet. Autopilot disconnected, I have control. shouldn't need too many mass inputs really. It's more or less a straight on headwind. The only thing we might need to do is just keep forcing the aircraft down that little bit because of that wind, just give us a bit more lift than normal. We've got 2 whites, 2 reds.
$500.
Stable.
$100 above.
Watch we don't drop too low on that.
Minimum.
Continue. Very easy to overcorrect in conditions like this.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
We're down, so spoilers deployed, reverse green, decel. Manual brakes, thrust idle. Right, we know we've got traffic behind us, so let's get off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be
Right,
used.
just sort the spoilers out there, back down, let's vacate, and then yeah, I've got the replay to look forward to.
In the overhead lockers.
Great time of day for it as well.
Opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach...
Gran Canaria traffic, Alpine 66, fully established, 03 left at 12 miles.
And Gran Canaria traffic runway 03 left.
For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Right, straight ahead. Let's just tidy our aircraft up a little bit. So, we'll get our lights off. And turn those off. TCAS can come off as well. Start the APU. And then start the timer. I'm just going to pull in straight to the first stand because then I want to check out the replay. What was our landing like anyway? It looked fine. I don't get to see the landing rate like you guys do. 77. It's good enough. Our passengers will be checked in and in the bar for lunch. Or evening snacks, as it would be. Shall we see if GSX wants to play ball? Let's see if we can get it to give us a stand. Which stands that? Is that Tango 1? Right, well let's see if it'll work for Tango 2. And then I'll pop the replay on, see how it looks. We've got a visual docking guidance system there, but we've also got a marshaller. I'm guessing the guidance system must be in-op. Bit of an oversteer with the taxi. Yeah, I really don't think I've been at this airport before. I don't recall it one bit. So I think this is just Sim's Gran Canaria airport, isn't it? There we go. Right, I'm not going to cut the engines because I want to see the replay, but yeah, welcome to Tenerife, guys. Looks fine, fine by me. Who's that guy out there? He should have a high vis on. So we'll leave the engines running. I'm going to leave the flaps down. That's fine. We're going to come off of VATSIM. We'll get rid of self-loading cargo as well. So thank you to anyone that flew alongside us. Let's stop that replay. And then let's check it out. A bit further back. Yeah, there we go. Oh, highly enjoyable Friday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. Look, did I say Tenerife? Sorry, I meant Gran Canaria. If you've enjoyed the stream this afternoon, on your way out, please do leave a like. It does make a big difference to the channel, it really does, so thank you everyone that's done that. Christian, I always make it less fun when I turn off the self-loading cargo and all the screaming action. Yeah, as you warp them through time and space. See how windy it was. The plane did a great job though. It's the wind's coming off of the hills presumably, so it was a nice strong headwind, but you might just get the occasional whip from the terrain coming down and hitting us. That was interesting. All the traffic on the road just vanished. Eastburn says, imagine a pilot from the flight deck shouting to all the exiting passengers, don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah. What are they? What kind of building is that? They look like random mass blocks of concrete. Daniel, will the Fenix A320 ever come to Xbox? No, I'm afraid not. DRD Flyer, thanks so much for being here. See you next time. Oh yeah, we can be happy with that touchdown, I think, can't we? I love the creaking and the rattling of the aircraft. And for those of you that have enjoyed the flight today, sat at on the right hand side of the aircraft, let's just give you a little view as we come in. This is where you'll get the more of an ocean view, isn't it? See the wind causing ripples. Iceman, can you get a discount online for the Fenix A320? I don't think you can, no. I think it's just locked at sort of 50, yeah, £50. Christian says those concrete block things are actually fields with nets over them. Are they? Is that what they're meant to be? Fair enough. Amazing Maze, so I use Sky Dolly for the yeah, Sky Dolly for the replay. Kevvick says the touchdown was 65 that time. Is rigged. You never get the same one twice. David, would you like a quick Daniel, sorry, would you like a quick outside view? Go on then, I'll give you a quick outside view. If I just jump outside, we'll take those off. And then if I quickly rewind, then we'll see the aircraft coming and land. Awesome. Yeah, happy enough with that one. Looks alright, doesn't it? Well guys, that's it. That's me, I think, done for the weekend. So thank you so much for your company this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the flight. I'll leave you with one final replay. To everyone who has supported the channel over the last couple of hours and of course this week, a huge thank you for all of your contributions and support. And of course to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members, as always, thank you so much for all your monthly contributions, which helps us. Let me turn that noise off. There, go away. So yeah, Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members, thank you so much for everything you do for the channel. I look forward to speaking with you guys all on Discord, etc. Why won't you go away? Shut up. Fine. I'm going to leave you with this final replay. Enjoy, guys. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll speak to you on Discord. Thanks, guys. See you all soon. Bye-bye.